Get used to it.
Just about anything.
Yeah. Look. Off for a walk. It'll be interesting to see when the form factor's a lot lower, what they do actually change to be, you know, like whether they make it to seamlessly fit as a pair of glasses, or whether it'll be just a little dot, you know, a little tiny, you know, like the cultural Indian point in the centre of the third eye. Oh, sorry. I don't mind. Oh God, it's bright with these on. Whichever way we're going. I'll go, yeah, we'll go that way and then we'll go around and back again.
Them becoming sticky on the back and just sticky between.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff that they use for illustration is, you know, got profiles through from them anyway.
It's tiny. This is like first person vision mapping. You're moving through a three-dimensional space, and at the same time this could be contributing towards what somebody else could log into. You know, you could.
Yeah, this is just, you know, the Google Path on
On humans.
On humans, yes.
Google humans.
Google humans, yes.
Yeah.
They can get everywhere.
They can be omniscient. Yeah. Yeah, scrubbing. IDs. Or perhaps the technology will have that in it. It just yeah, if it detects a human, it just scrubs the face out as it goes. Augmediated.
You might want to know who you saw on the way.
Yeah.
So for your own things. Now with the little halo around people with Facebook and things. Be next to them. Oh, look, that person's telling you all about it.
It will provide peripheral information about that particular individual. It will scrub it from the record, but it will at the same time provide you with the data. Yeah.
There's a whole new industry of privacy protection around not being able to be identified.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Yeah, there'll be a new range of statutes needed to deal with them, to deal with whatever this will be called, whatever it is. They're interesting. I haven't seen them before. Yeah. Wow. That's cool. Aren't they amazing? They're gorgeous. I've never seen those before. Is that a wisteria? Oh my goodness. Well, I've never known them. Wisteria forest too. Wow, that's amazing. Cool. Yeah, look at that, they're all like cascading down. So, what are your feelings about this Valence.me event coming up? Feelings, not facts.
Somewhat still disorganised.
Somewhat disorganised, yes. In terms of venue stuff, program's pretty solid.
Okay. In terms of what is available to an outsider
Yep.
Kind of overwhelming to be involved with. I sent something to a friend of mine who's in the US.
Yep.
Saying that said he'll be there in June. He sent me back a thing saying, "You do realise I'm a Luddite. Electricity is really overrated.
Electricity is overrated."
You know, resistance is not futile."
Well, Steve claims that he's a cyborg Luddite. So if you accept that he's a cyborg, then he's a Luddite of the first degree as being a cyborg at the first level. I think it's a tautology, really, but maybe he can explain a little more when we get there. Won't you, Steve? This is quite novel, this whole thing, actually. We're talking into the future. Exactly, exactly. Don't worry, I'm taking it all in. Yeah. It's looking at me. I can see how empowering it would be. Self-empowerment, that feeling that, okay, so if I'm cognizant, like I'm feeling something at the moment in there, I'm feeling very different because I'm walking in.
That you know
the knowledge that I'm cameraing, that I'm surveilling them. They're surveilling me, but I'm now surveilling them. So I can see where the difference is going to change society. I think that's the big thing.
Is it a difference? Is the same feeling there when there's no obvious cameras?
No, no. Oh, no, that would differ. Would differ if you were covert. So this is quite still almost visually.
Well, there are still some places where there are no cameras. I mean, really.
Yeah, there are. There are.
So
there
you
are.
go into places where there are no cameras. Is that the same feeling as going into
No.
places where there are cameras that you know are there?
I think it would be remarkably different because it's almost like a recalcitrance that you're immersing yourself into. Because culturally, we have been told that surveillance is for the good of mankind, personkind. So,
how can they argue about you surveilling them back? Use
Well,
their own
but-
arguments against them.
yeah, that's it. That's what Steve Mann's been doing. He's been saying we're safer if we're surveilling. The community would be safer if everyone wore a camera, like me. It would be much safer. Because then you could triangulate information on a far deeper level.
I think a lot of people get deeply disturbed by the concept of the idea that you do know information on a much deeper level. Or like moss and bricks, that's kind of
Yeah.
muscle use.
Yeah. How does it survive against a blank wall? I suppose there must be moisture in the air. Look at these new bodies about to come into this large academic dominion.
These are just prospective students.
Yeah,
That's
prospective. How come there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8? Isn't it amazing? They all ignored me. That's how relatively inconspicuous this technology is.
It looks like you're wearing green sunglasses.
Yeah. Some sort of odd bod. Should we go that way? I haven't really been along this track, I don't think.
Because you can't.
I don't
there's
cut
no
that way.
doesn't go this way.
Mm.
So worrying that then you'll know what are your regular clocks, won't you?
Yes, on my life log. But see, if I had my autographer on, it would be far less conspicuous. But then if you're wearing
I got an email back from the Shine people.
Oh, what'd they
said
say?
that they're going to incorporate the clock function into it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I thought, how cool. Because then just wearing it on your wrist, it looks like a wristwatch.
It's a watch. Fantastic. So it'd have the red light.
I don't know how they'll do it.
To think about it.
But as a, just as a cool watch with no numbers and just the little dots on it, coloured dots.
Yep.
As a watch, it's just cool.
Okay, so
But it does all sorts of other things is beside the point.
you've engaged with them on a consumer level. Are you able to engage with them on a co-publicity level? Or publicity?
What, you want them to come to
Absolutely.
mail it something?
Absolutely. So I'd love to for you to come and demonstrate to workshop your technology with the people that will be present at ISTAS 13. So I think it's a perfect opportunity.
Just see how it changes when you walked into such darkness.
Yeah, incredible. It's almost like you're in an English countryside.
Well, yes, it smells like it, yeah. It doesn't do smell-o-vision yet.
Not quite. It's getting there. I can feel my left arm buzzing, that's fairly unusual. Hope this isn't irradiating my brain. Oh, we can cross a bit further down, can't we?
Well, over the stepping stones.
Yeah. For those viewers who are unfamiliar with this environment, we're in Canberra, Australia, and this is the Australian National University of Canberra, and I'm with Susanna Sabine, who's here with me, a colleague. Very intrigued with what on earth I'm doing wearing these things. Relatively self-explanatory, but still odd. There we have the golden Telstra Tower that I think is closely mirrored directly through the stratosphere to a range of satellites that follow it around the world as it turns around. Quite a colossal building when you think about it.
Have you seen the photos of it being built?
No, I haven't.
It's amazing.
Yeah?
Considering how steep it is to get up there. It was built in the 70s.
Some serious technology going down.
Serious for them, technology, yeah.
Mm. Look at these young people wearing photographers.
I was thinking that the silly blue hat with the feathers on it means something. I'll start. You going that way? Down.
We'll go up there and then just turn around and come back. Oh, do they get turns to
certainly sounds like it. I think the guy in charge is the person with the silly hat.
Yeah. It's a core skill to have that one.
What, silly hat wearing?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that Singularity Hub site's pretty dense.
It is, and I've dipped into it and gone, my brain's full after that.
I'm full.
I'm full.
It's not tech talk, it's actually tech to talk, you know, they're really engaging with all the key labs and movements, and yeah, the interviewer of Kurzweil there seemed incredibly familiar with him. Very pleased to meet Marvin Minsky and people like that I've read about for decades, but I've never met them. Interesting to meet them.
Is that one of the reasons people go to this Pivothead?
Oh, this tree's magnificent. Oh, it's just incredible. Australian gums. Or as Cogdog got wrong this morning, he called them, "Oh, is that a sycamore tree?" And then 2 seconds later, retraction notice. I know what sort of trees you have there. Hopefully you're not burning.
Somebody said the other day that they were clearing some of the gums out of California. And there's a big hoo-ha about the removal of the native trees. The Australian government are taking out such as weed trees in a lot of places.
Yeah. There's the security staff, remember?
Yeah, they're heading off to more things, you know.
Yeah, I don't know if you'd
Nasty the shit out there.
Oh, they are. A service provided to you by Facilities and Services. No.
This would have been perfect to capture what the fish were doing the other day when they were all...
Oh yeah, when they're all milling around. And if this is a true 75-degree HD video, it will be absolutely, and it has the correct lateral, sorry, the correct,
in all directions.
yeah, allows from here up to be recorded when you're doing standard stuff. These will be the technology to promote in terms of an educational context, because the not losing the primacy of what you're doing with your hands. I thought I'd take these for a bit of a walk talk as well in terms of the battery life, like how long it's going to go. There's 8 gigs worth of I think a gig, or they claim, is half an hour, but it's an 8 megapixel camera though, so I think it'd go quicker than that.
Can you change the resolution?
Yeah, you can. You can have near field focus, autofocus, or far-sighted. You can also turn on facial recognition in these.
Yeah, and thus you get the halo of all these people.
Yeah.
So then people who are going slightly senile go, oh, I know you. Now what is it that I know about you?
Yeah, it's just flying on the
You're
side.
it's my
You're my mother. Oh. The machine tells me so. I do hope I've left my wallet in the car, not out of it.
As in, when you're it's not going out.
Wallet. You are in the car, thank you. Whew. It's a blessed relief, as you know. Well know, audience, when you forget where your wallet is, that I could have retraced back to the car. I could have retraced my video back to the car instead of having to walk for 30 minutes to find out while it's in my car. Yes, that too. I'm not completely deflating the whole reason for the trip, but if I had a lifeline that I could have lifelog zipped back. Yeah, even. Well, that's it. For some people, it will be a lifeline. That's how Gordon Bell described it. Yeah. He said he's been able to retrace important discussions that he, as he's an older man, as you get older in life, you just completely forget about. Unless you're triggered. He said the autographer doesn't record the audio, and he said that could have been a mistake, but perhaps not, because the image itself triggers the memory of the individual whose life log it is. It will not trigger the memory of anybody whose life log it is not. Perhaps, yeah. Yeah, as you go into a social situation.
Point of view of middle chest or shoulder, like the
Cop laser cameras.
or the middle of the forehead.
Yep.
It's sufficiently different.
I think it has to get to the point where it stereoscopically replaces both of your eyes in order for it to be, and for it to have 180 degree peripheral, 137 degree peripheral vision included without the fisheye effect. Because the brain is an incredible...
But your brain fills in all this and colouring with things you can't see.
No, you can. I can see a lot further than my hands to be complete. I can see my hands here,
Yes, but
and it can't see.
colour when it gets here. You only see colour as it comes into vision.
Yeah, as it comes into vision, yeah.
But no, as it comes into vision, you see it, and then it's about here that you're actually looking at the colour.
Oh, yes, of course, yeah, that's true.
So how does that?
Oh, yeah.
Do you mimic that in what's being recorded, or do you just say because when you view it later, you look at all aspects of it, not necessarily as if you were, behind the lines?
Well, your brain is an incredible ocular machine because it actually reverses. It's actually undoing what was reversed. I still don't understand the principle as to why it is reversed in the first place. We're upside down. It's upside down when we receive it to the brain through the eyes. No, it's not geographical, you don't think? If on the northern hemisphere it's correct. Plenty of bark to harvest. It's not. All right. Yep. Wow. Pretty amazing stuff, really. I've always thought if you could get a mixture of 50-50 with wood glue and take 1 metre sections and immerse them in the 50 water, 50 glue mix and then let them dry out singularly, you could then compose them all together as a kind of a relief semi-flat wall sculpture. And they'd be quite resistant because bark is by virtue very tough material anyway, and the glue would just hold all the fine bits together so it would never come apart. Because they are, as a cylindrical vessel, they're very strong. Like that piece of bark that you try and break, you can't pull it. It's very hard to pull it apart. Well, thank you for that discussion, Susanna, and walk and retrieval of wallets and posting of letters and. So it's got a red flashing light there.